Today we have Aladdin on Sega Genesis, and this was one of my favorite Genesis games, believe it or not. It was one of the games that made me, steered me toward Sega a bit. There was Aladdin on Super Nintendo, but that one, Nintendo took out the sword because that was too violent and things like that. So
kind of like what they did with Mortal Kombat, taking out the blood.
Yeah, so this is generally known as a Genesis game, even though it was on both platforms. Yeah! I always loved that part.
Voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. The movie had a lot of great voice actors in it. Most importantly, Aladdin, voiced by Steve from Full House.
Oh, you're right.
DJ's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Aladdin had great music.
Sounds a little bit like the Jungle Hunt.
Yeah.
Look at this. This looks beautiful.
Make way for Prince Ali. I have to apologize already. This entire video is going to be me singing the soundtrack to Aladdin.
Like it looks like you're watching a cartoon.
Yeah, Disney games in general tend to have amazing graphics, and this is no exception. Looney Tunes games also tended to be like that too. They would have great graphics. Like, there's a game, Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally, that has amazing graphics, but unfortunately the gameplay is terrible. This is an example of like a cartoon-themed game that has awesome graphics, but also awesome gameplay. Here's another example, Beavis and Butthead on Sega Genesis, a not very good game, but it has awesome graphics and animation. So this is a game that got it right on all fronts.
It's been like 15 years since I've played it. It'll take me some time to get used to it again.
We get the knee.
Yeah.
So get on off on that square, adjust your veil and compare. To gawk and grovel and stare at Prince Ali. What are your favorite animated Disney feature films?
My favorite Disney feature film is definitely Sword in the Stone.
Definitely Sword in the Stone.
Definitely. And probably...
Definitely Sword in the Stone.
Definitely. Probably close would be Alice in Wonderland.
It's great.
Sleeping Beauty. And actually Beauty and the Beast I really love too.
Yeah, all great choices.
Have you ever seen the original Aladdin? This may...
like the black and white...
Well, there's a 20s silent version.
Isn't there one with Christopher Lee?
No, not that I know of. But anyway, it's not called Aladdin. It's called Thief of Baghdad.
Okay.
They changed a lot for the Disney version, but a lot of the basic ideas were there. Characters are different, but the villain Jafar, who they call Jafar in the original, is or at least in the 40s version, because the silent one doesn't have sound, so I don't know how they pronounce it. He was played by Conrad Veidt. He played the somnambulist in Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Oh, really?
The sleepwalker.
Wow.
But it'll blow your mind when you see it. You're like, oh, holy crap. That's where Disney got all those ideas from.
Right.
Of course, the original movies is probably based on all like the...
well, it's like the Arabian Tales and all that. It's a book, you know? It's a compilation of a bunch of stories, probably. I mean, Disney always has done that. It's all like, goes back to Grimm's fairy tales, Snow White and all that. It's, that's what Disney does.
That's what George Lucas did with Star Wars. Combined all these old ideas.
Yeah, level complete.
Oh, God bless Robin Williams. I think Aladdin was the first movie where that introduced me to Robin Williams.
My introduction to Robin Williams back in the 80s, I remember they would play his old comedy routines on television. He would run around the audience and all that. And I also used to see him sometimes on, I'm old enough to admit that I watched Johnny Carson as a kid. Sometimes I'd be allowed to, stay up late and watch Johnny Carson. And, Robin Williams would be on there sometimes. And he was one of the great guests on Johnny Carson. He would do things that nowadays it's not that special because, but back in the day, a guest would usually come onto a talk show and just sit there. Robin Williams would jump up out of his seat. He would run up to the camera and go into the audience and stuff like that. Nobody did that kind of thing back when Johnny Carson was the host. So he was really he was a wild man.
Yeah.
Which is why they had him be the genie in Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
It's cool what they did with like the foreground and the background. It's got foreground elements and the clouds going by and stuff. The game has a good sense of depth.
Oh, crap.
Those outhouses. Arabian.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And there's even one for the genie.
I would have never noticed that.
It's where the genie takes a shit, James.
Like a boo is just hopping on the guy. And Genie taking a shit. So inside his lamp, that must be
really
horrible.
smelly.
Yeah.
It's just full of shit.
Because he just, like, if someone hasn't rubbed the lamp in like years,
right.
The lamp's probably just full of his shit.
I always thought since like the genie is a magical thing, like inside the lamp is like kind of its own world. Like, you know, in the real Ghostbusters when they go inside the containment unit and it's like its own thing inside the containment unit. Yeah. Like it's not just like the containment unit really is like the size of this couch or something, right? But they go in this world. I think it's like a world inside the lamp.
It's a huge, huge world full of shit.
Okay. One skip ahead of the sword. I steal only what I can afford. That's everything. Riff raff, street rat. I don't buy that. Let's not get too hasty. Still, I think he's rather tasty. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to live. You're my only friend, I boo. Who?
You must have seen it a lot.
I fucking, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to, like, watch Animaniacs a lot. And I would, like, memorize the songs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, the Animaniacs, like, country song and all that. You know, it was like, United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, like, all that. I just kind of have that ability to remember lyrics.
Pretty good educational one to remember.
There's a game we should play actually sometime, the Animaniacs game. Did you watch Animaniacs much at all back in the day?
Believe it or not, I didn't. Like, you know what? I just missed out in a lot of animation in the 90s specifically. I just don't, like, okay, Ren and Stimpy, I didn't really watch back then. Beavis and Butthead, I didn't really watch. I've seen it a bit, but I didn't really watch it back then. Batman animated series. Like, you name it, from anything big in the 90s that was animated, I just wasn't... I think I was too busy watching horror movies at that time. Like, that was when I first got into...
the Universal monsters and stuff like that.
And then not even just that, but then I moved on to like slasher movies and everything. I just was like, I had so much to consume that I wasn't really...
Yeah, I watched horror movies at that age too, but I also watched a lot of the animated stuff. I actually really think, you know, I was showing you like Ren and Stimpy and all that. I really think that you would also like Animaniacs because they make a lot of references to old like movies and TV shows and stuff. And I know
that's what I've heard. Yeah,
I think if you watched it, like, you know, they do a lot of like, there'll be like a lot of the James Cagney, like, you know, just like all kinds of old...
Pinky and the Brain, like they're like...
Pinky and the Brain was a great segment, but there was also a lot of other great ones that they did. There's also, honestly, a lot of really great shorts from Tiny Toons. That was a clever show. We're just, you know, talking a lot about animation here. I know this is about Aladdin, but just kind of on the topic of, I guess, 90s animation.
90s animation is what I missed a lot of.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder if like a little bit of it might have had to do a bit where I associated cartoons with being a kid back then, and I was like a teenager at the time, and I'm watching horror movies, and I'm trying to become more like
an adult.
So that might have been, which is a shame.
Well, what's funny is in the 90s, the cartoons started. That's when cartoons really started
became more adult.
They started to become more adult.
I didn't see that. I was kind of like, I was blind to it.
Because think about Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead. Like, those are kind of adult shows, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
adult themes sometimes.
I just wasn't interested enough at the time, and I also don't think I was starting to get less interested in TV in general. Like, I'd watch movies instead. I didn't really have like a schedule where that show's coming on at this time. There was no DVR back then.
Sure.
It was like if it comes on.
You had to watch it when it was on.
Yeah, if the show's on at 4:30, you got to be there at 4:30.
Well, the thing you got to remember is, in our day, in the 90s, the internet was either non-existent or not prevalent. So I would always tune into the show because it wasn't like I was going to be, on YouTube or something like that. It was tune in at this time when you get home from school or whatnot, and catch your favorite shows. And I used to come home from school and I'd watch Tiny Toons, which then went into Batman the Animated Series, or all those shows. They were great. And I was watching horror movies too. I loved watching horror movies.
I was playing a lot of video games too at that time.
Yeah, well, me too.
I was playing this stuff.
You were playing the video games. You weren't watching the shows.
No. Yeah, exactly.
So there are apples in the Genesis version, but they didn't make it. So what is
I think the Super Nintendo
one, he just doesn't have the sword at all.
He doesn't.
So what does he use? He just has fucking apples?
I think so. It's been a long time since I played it.
Level complete.
Like the way he runs past like that.
Kind of reminds me of the thing in Super Mario 2, the American version, between the stages.
Yeah.
It does the little...
And I suck just as bad at it.
Slot machine. More often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Now you're doing some like Mega Man, like block platforming.
Yeah. Crap. This is just the timing.
I love Mega Man.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's a shame that Mighty Number 9 was so bad.
I mean, did you play it?
I did. It had a lot of flaws. It had a lot of problems.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look, is that...
It's Sebastian.
Look who's being tortured. Wow.
Now, you say a lot of times that you didn't play a lot of the cartoon themes games, which I was big on. You didn't really play like DuckTales and stuff back in the day. But you which is funny, we were mentioning Sebastian. You did play Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah, Little Mermaid I used to play. I forget which console, if it was NES or Genesis.
Oh, I should have put that skeleton in my boner video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Little Mermaid was one I played a lot, I remember. What else?
Do you remember liking that game?
Yeah, I remember loving it, yeah.
We should do that sometime.
Okay. Genesis or NES?
Which one did you play?
I don't remember.
Okay. We should play the one you played.
We'll have to play them both then. Yeah. See if I remember. I like this guy here.
That's great. He replaces his head with a bomb.
Yeah.
More often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways.
Yeah.
I think it's that guy right there who's singing that song.
Yeah. Let's see, what should I buy? It's a deal. Yeah.
What are you buying?
Oh, lives. Yeah, I'll buy them.
Is that the gems?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your money.
The graphics in this game are so good. I'm like so impressed by it.
Some of the best Genesis.
It is.
I mean, it just looks like what it's supposed to look like. I want to kill that bat. But I'll let it go. I'll just let it go.
Don't get me started on that. Don't hold me back anymore. Yeah, how come there hasn't been like a retro themed Frozen game yet? Somebody needs to do one for Steam. But I guess they can't because it's Disney. So yeah. Disney itself needs to do it.
Yeah.
Like how this game is, there should be a Frozen one. Like you should be going around as fucking Elsa shooting ice beams. Were you a fan of Frozen, James?
That was fine. Yeah, it was alright.
You know, the Frozen ride opened up in Epcot Center. Apparently 300-minute waits for that one. 300
minutes. So I'm trying to do the math in my head. How many hours is that?
I think it's like 5 hours or something. When was the first time you heard the term platformer? Did you use that word back in the day?
We didn't use any. We just called it a game. We didn't really.
I know.
I mean, I heard the term side scroller. Yeah. I don't remember which I heard first, side scroller or platformer.
I think I personally heard side scroller first.
It's more like an after the fact thing where you look back at the games and then you have it. Now there's a name for them when
they developed the term for it.
Yeah, like there wasn't a term back then, as far as I know.
Maybe the game developers used those terms, but I don't think kids did.
Yeah, let me I'll specify. I'm sure the term existed back then. I'm pretty sure if you looked in Nintendo Power, it would probably say platformer or whatever. But I usually remember hearing it like, oh, here's an action game, here's a puzzle game, you know.
I mean, we were kids. It was more like, hey, did you play Aladdin? Yeah, that game's cool.
Yeah.
You know? We weren't like, so in this action platformer released by, who did make this anyway?
Virgin.
You would know. That guy needs some dental work.
Oh, yeah. That's Jafar's disguise, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. Kind of like the witch in Snow White. Also, I want to know, in this game, you know how like at the end of Link to the Past, when Link gets the Triforce, if you, spoiler alert, you know, when you beat the game, Link makes a wish, which is what turns Hyrule back. Well, I want to know if at the end of this game, fucking Aladdin makes a wish. And that would be a great point to throw in like a choose your own adventure thing. I think at the end of this game, instead of just being a cutscene and it shows whatever happened in the movie, they should give you a choice of what you want your wish to be. Like give you 3 options that would have 3 different endings. And that would give the game replay value. Because if you beat the game a second time, you could choose a different ending and get a different ending. See, I'm coming up with ideas, but probably 30 years too late, and I'm not on the development team, so it's not really helpful.
No.
The stage looks really frustrating.
I don't know. I've been here, but still, I don't see where else to go.
Right. Just go up right here? Oh, I meant like go up to the top, and can you climb on the ceiling?
I'll try.
Go all the way up to the top and then climb?
Maybe.
No. That way? Or no?
Oh, wait, it opened up. That thing that was in my way?
Maybe they wanted you to go to that store first.
But I did. I went to the store, I went back, and they're like...
Yeah. Something you did open it up.
Something I did opened it up.
Maybe when you hit that gem.
I don't know. Okay. This is it, too.
Pretty predictable pattern here.
Yeah.
Just going left to right and left.
Just how many hits is it going to take is the question.
Right. A lot, apparently. Whew. There you go.
Oh, boy.
Hey, there's the carpet. Are you controlling it?
No, it's doing it on its own. Okay. Oh,
it's
shit.
not over. Mini boss. That was a mini boss.
Oh, fuck! I didn't know it was gonna... I thought it was gonna like a raft. Anyway, gotta do that all over again. Alright.
There's like a fish or something.
Whoa. Oh god, oh god!
They want you to keep moving. Wow, that was crazy.
Oh, I remember this.
Cave of Wonders.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I got the lamp.
Wow. So which Disney animated genie movie came first? DuckTales the movie or Aladdin? Because I think they came out around the same time, and they both have to do with the genie.
Well,
let's see when these movies came out. I think I want to say Aladdin's 1992.
I really liked that movie, that DuckTales one, from what I remember.
Yeah, it was good.
What was the full title?
It was DuckTales Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, Aladdin was 1992, like I said, and I think DuckTales 1990. So DuckTales was actually first. DuckTales did it first, guys. Sorry, Aladdin fans.
Well, FIFA Baghdad, but...
Hey, don't ruin my Scrooge McDuck argument.
When it was coming back, the DuckTales was...
When Disney did it. The thing that makes this difficult is a lot of things now are one-hit kills.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But you got it. Nice. Gotta keep moving. One jump ahead of the breadline.
Woo!
One skip ahead of the sword.
Oh, God! Okay, well, don't go up there. What's been killing me... What's been killing me this time is this lava.
The lava. Yeah. The little spurt of lava comes up, and you're having a hard time getting by.
So then what do? Wait and fall?
No, I think you have to just go as fast as you possibly can.
So it's faster.
Really, I think, but
fucking shit! I slipped.
Yeah.
If I didn't fucking pause it.
Well, and also if your hands won't throw sweaty, slip it off the controller. Say.
Gah! Made it.
They just want you to be speedy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes!
Run. Oh! That was crazy!
Did it! Holy shit!
Whew. That was crazy.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Oh. Genie's... Oh, fuck. Genie's helping me out.
Genie says up. Genie says down. Can you duck when you're up? Yeah, you can. Do you hold the button or something? How do you duck when you're up like that?
I think it's automatic.
Oh, it's automatic. There's a tidal wave of lava.
I'm in a trance.
I'm pretty sure the rest of them are down.
It might be... It's like down here.
It's like really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Good for slow-mo. This is where people on emulators would slow down the game.
Yeah. I don't blame them.
All right. There it was. It was down.
Whoa.
That was the other one.
Oh, did you?
It's like they want you to wait till the last second.
Yeah.
Master, you're in luck, 'cause up your sleeve, got a brand of magic never fails. Power in my corner now, some heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some punch, pizzazz, yahoo, and how. All I gotta do is rub that lamp, and I'll say, Mr. Aladdin, sir. Da, 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 da. Who needs Robin Williams? You know what's weird though? As much as I know the lyrics, and obviously, like I've seen the movie a lot. Mm-hmm. It's not one of my favorite Disney movies.
It was never.
I mean, I like it, but
yeah, it was never one of my favorites either. Yeah, I still liked it a lot, but
it's just that the songs were extremely memorable and like entertaining and like catchy. Mm-hmm. But I actually really like Alice in Wonderland. Mm-hmm. And what else? I really like Pinocchio. But I was always more of a fan of the Disney shorts than the feature films, to be honest, you know? Do you think that Disney World or Disneyland is the greatest place on Earth, James?
The greatest place on Earth, let's see.
That's what they say.
Well,
Where's the greatest place on Earth?
I don't know.
You have to pick. You have to pick something.
I have to pick some.
You're not allowed to say, I don't know.
Okay. Greatest place on Earth. I've never thought about that. To pinpoint greatness with a geographical location.
Yeah.
Just like pinpoint, like where is the spot? Where is the best place to be?
You better fucking say the nerd room.
The nerd room. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Right here, man.
Right here, man. Do you see what's in the background?
Treasure. Oh, it's a Sega Genesis. Pushed. Oh, okay. This is the part where I think you got There you go. All right. There we go. Just go in. Just go in.
All right.
Oh, there it is. That was a bitch, mother.
Holy shit. Stabbing the dick. Gilbert Gottfried has this hilarious podcast. Amazing Colossal Podcast.
Yeah.
Great listen.
Yeah, who did the voice of Iago? Mm-hmm. There was also an Aladdin cartoon. Did you know that?
You mean a series?
Mm-hmm. An animated series that came after the movie.
I know there was a sequel to the movie. Like there's, those direct to video.
Yeah, like Bambi 2 and that kind of shit. Yeah.
It was shortly after the movie.
Yeah.
I
Return of Jafar, I think.
Return of Jafar, yeah.
Or Jafar, as you like to say.
Yeah, well, the original.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But, you know that Bambi is actually like I think it's not a prequel or a sequel. It's like a new term, like a midquel. Because, the original, like Bambi's young.
Yeah.
And then Bambi's older. Well, Bambi 2 takes place when Bambi's young, but in between. So it's a midquel.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's weird.
Yeah.
By the way, this is kind of like climbing the ropes in gym class.
You made me feel kind of funny. Garth.
Black! He did those commercials, right?
I didn't know, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Now that you told me.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
I just realized I do a pretty good Gilbert Gottfried. I think if you ever do a AVGN video where Gilbert Gottfried appears, maybe I could voice it for you.
Or we get Gilbert Gottfried.
Or we get Gilbert Gottfried. That would be awesome. Gilbert Gottfried, if you see this video, we would like you to appear.
Yeah, we love the Amazing Colossal Podcast.
If you only know him from Iago, look into more Gilbert Gottfried because he's a funny motherfucker.
Oh, that would have been nice to get that health. Oh, his pants fell down. I forgot about that. There's little things like that, like little details in this game that make it cool.
This stage is not to be underestimated either. This looks a little bit difficult.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go right.
But wait, hang on a second. Is that a dick and balls?
Where?
Unpause it for a second. That's a dick and balls.
I think it's supposed to be like a flamenco thing.
Okay.
But now you said that,
Zoom in on that. That's a dick and balls.
Yeah.
Oh god, is this the end of the game?
Oh, it can't be. It's gotta be close though.
That's not.
Oh, okay.
They give you more.
Right.
They want you to do that. So it's kind of like a stick and move. There you go.
Yeah. All right.
So I think we're on the last level of the game.
Woo.
Little perspective on those ball and chains.
Yeah, I like the ones in the dungeon better.
Yeah.
Yeah, compare the balls from the dungeon to this one. Let's see which
I think
one's
they were
better.
just a different color.
Well, let's see which one's better.
Well, these are golden balls. You could sell them.
The blue balls, well...
Really? You had to do it. You had to make the joke.
Oh.
Because I never go for making obvious jokes.
Nah. Oh, it's Jafar.
Uh-oh. Kill him, James. First time.
It's sucking me in. It's like sucking me toward... And I assume if I let myself get sucked, then...
You're going to have blue balls.
Ugh.
Or you won't have blue balls, actually.
Come on, take an apple, Jafar.
That's what you're going to fight.
Oh, he's a snake. I think he's a snake. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that's what you're going to fucking kill Jafar with, a fucking apple.
Especially when he's in snake form.
That's
well, did you get to see the snake? Because he's...
Briefly.
Yeah.
That's
all right, I gotta fight with my sword.
You have to fight him off screen. That's like, there he is.
Ah, shit.
It's like when you fight Ganon in Ocarina of Time with a bottle.
Alright, so this is really hard.
Oof. Best Disney villain, James?
My favorite movie is Sword in the Stone, but it's not my favorite villain. Favorite villain, you know what? Maleficent, maybe. She turns into a dragon. She's
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
Yeah, and the dragon scene at the end is what really makes it.
Mm-hmm. Go for it, James. Kill him off the side of the screen. That's what's so disappointing about this boss fight, is you can't see the fucking boss. How many hits?
Ugh.
Apples.
Whew! Did I do it?
Oh!
Nice!
You beat it?
Whew! I think so. All right.
I can show you the world. No, I'm not doing the song. So anyway, guys, that is Aladdin for Sega Genesis. One of the best Sega Genesis games, and one of the games that will make your controller sweaty as a sack of blue balls.